Hi guys, Artist Creation here, and today we're doing another Destiny 2 video, and it'll be on a Stasis Hunter for like GMs, Legendary Lost Sectors, Master Lost Sectors, whatever you kind of want. So for this build, it's built around Agers Scepter, and it's built around Assassin's Cowl. Now, Assassin's Cowl is really strong right now with Stasis Hunters, and the reason for being is that whenever you get a final blow with melees, your charge melee that is, and if you get a finisher, you go invisible, which is great for survivability. And I run that with a double hands on for the super energy, and I run that with Bountiful Wells, and you'll see why I run it for Bountiful Wells in a few minutes. On the hands, I run Thermoclastic Blooming, and that is for getting your orbs of power whenever you get a stasis melee kill, and that's really good. So if you hit up the 4 targets, I think you generate 4 orbs. And then I run a melee well maker on that one, and then I run another melee well maker. And of course, if you're running GMs, you might need a concussive dampener. You don't have to have the trace rifle reserves, but it's handy because you do use up quite a lot of ammo with Agers. Or you can just run your sniper damage resist, so you're just not going to be getting banged out too easy. Then on the boots, I run Invigoration. Now, this again will be up to you if you are doing GMs or Legendary Lost Sectors or whatnot. You will probably need a Scav if you want. And then I'll run another melee Wellmaker for there, so the Bountiful Wells is coming into play. And then I run Elemental Shards. And that's so stasis shards count as wells on top of it, so you're not just getting melee back, you're also getting the all energy back from that as well. And then Resonance Siphon and Thermoclastic Strike, which work in tandem. So all you have to do is throw your shuriken, it stuns an overload, and then when you're stunning an overload, you're getting your ability energy back straight away, and that counts if your fire team is also stunning on top of it. So you are just continuously gaining energy all of the time. Then for Agers, how it works is that because you're working it with one of your stasis fragments, which is Whisper of Bonds, so whenever you get a kill with Agers, you will keep filling your super bar. And as soon as your super bar is full, you can just hold on your reload button, and it will literally let you fire a hyper beam. And it can stun lock overloads, any champion really. It keeps them in place, and then you can do an AoE effect, which you could basically kill all the enemies around it by freezing them up and lock them all down. So this is like a lockdown build, in my opinion. So let's get into it though. Let's just show how it works. So with the way I have it set up, I should get about 4 wells and 3 shards. Yeah, 4 wells, 3 shards every time, and that will basically pretty much fill up my melee. Right there, boom, and we go again. And constantly you're going invis. Every time going invis. And you're never running out. And of course I missed. And I missed again. But you can just do that, and there you go, you're getting your shards. Now for the Agers, as I said, you gotta hold on the square, and it will just decimate. But I need a group of ads here now. Never mind my aim. There, your shatter is up. So now, as you can see, it is draining my super quite quickly. But all you need to do is that, freeze them all up, and it just keeps refilling. Hold it down, it just absolutely melts. Drop down here, freeze it up, and there you go. And you just hold down square again when you want to finish it up. And then you see how quickly you can fill up your super bar here. So killing frozen targets, picking up wells, just gives you everything back in this build. And there you go, look at that. Just absolutely wrecks them. And the best thing to do isn't just to kill enemies straight out. You shoot one, you freeze the rest, and it gives you much more energy back. Because if you just straight out kill them, you're not killing a frozen target, you're just killing the enemy. So you do need to make sure that when you do this, you are just making sure you get that AoE effect to take effect in there. So you just kill one of them, he's frozen up, bar is full again, and you just pop up again, and you get 194 ammo whenever you do pop the hyper beam. And as you can see, it just wrecks, absolutely wrecks them. And I said, there you go, you're going to go invis every time, you're filling your abilities every time. Like, you don't have to use a dust field if you don't want to. Some people will just like to rather just go straight in and just start using Shatter Dive, which works just as good if you want to. But for me personally, I think this works best because you can just go over here, you throw one grenade, you pull them together, freeze them up, and you just throw that, you throw that, and you just fill your ability bar every single time. And as I said, you can use this to lock down champions when you use the beam. And of course I had it on, just draining my super. And it'll just freeze everyone up. And even just a normal beam itself is very strong. But to be honest, it does lock down every enemy in the area. It's just that strong, in my opinion. And I said you can use it for any activity you want. But personally for me, I think GMs, legendary lost sectors, anything somewhat difficult is really good for locking it down. So again, what you need to be running is your Agers for the AoE freeze. I find a demo bow is best for me because I want to do just straight overload because you're throwing your shurikens as overload, the bow does overload, and the Agers can lock down champions. And then I run a Reeds which has headstone on it, which is fantastic. So with headstone, let's see if I can proc a few enemies to come in here. Should be one around here somewhere. There he is. So headshot, it's going to create this, and whenever you destroy that, you're shattering a crystal, and you can kill enemies around you on top of it. So Reeds is a really good way to create crystals on top of it, and it's a linear this season, so particle is going to be very strong as well. So hopefully someone else in your team is running a particle, and then that way you can just always have your thermoclastic strike and resonant siphon on the roll at all times. But to be honest, that's the build. So you got your Agers, a bow for me, but again you can run anything you want in that slot. Reeds is really good. But again, you could run Tarantula, you have Threaded Needles, there's all different variations you can run on a linear. Assassin's Cowl for invisibility, and it just really bang on for staying alive. And then you got your Thermoclastic Blooming, my Overload Bow, melee Wellmakers in there, another melee Wellmaker, and then you got a third one. And then you got your elemental shards, and that all tops up with bountiful wells, and that just keeps it rolling, keeps the ball rolling in all abilities. So I do hope that you liked the video. Like and subscribe. Always feel free to leave feedback in the comments below. Any suggestions of type of builds you're looking for, I don't mind trying them myself and just seeing how they work. But thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next.